one elbow, and then you're in having your swing.
That's a bad pitch. Then right here, we're just putting the ball down the middle, letting him work on his swing. Everything's up the middle with him. Try that back leg. Try that back leg.
Keep your leg going and pitches coming, buddy.
One more. Good. So we'll graduate to some front toss. The other one that we always kind of like to do, because I know that teams, and we do it this way when we pitch teams, we want to own the outside part of the plate. We work on angle drills, and all I'm doing right here is I'm just trying to put the ball on the outside part of the plate, and I want to see him drive every pitch over to right center field. Good, bad boy. One more. Good. So, anyway, that's the way we start practice. We do the half speed, the Lysy drill, then we go full speed off the tee, then we go angles, and then we work back to then we start pitching live to our players. And we'll pitch from about 35, 40, 45 feet, just depending on who's throwing. And then we try to work the ball kind of around the plate on them a little bit. So that's kind of our pre-game, pre-practice routine. Now, certainly we've got a whole bunch of drills depending on, individual players. But I'm just going to tell you from a practice standpoint, we always try to have, like I said, tee work over here, front toss maybe here, live pitching out there. That's probably one of my biggest pet peeves is, as a coach and you see other teams or other, kids coming up the system and you see 3 or 4 coaches in the cage with one player and 9 kids over there playing catch. I think it's really important to kind of keep all the kids involved, working on hitting throughout the entire course of the practice and try to keep your coaches kind of spread out. But that's kind of our basic swing. Now I know we've got some drills. Let's just say, for example, that Mason likes to cast. He really gets his hands outside the baseball. We've got this insider bat. Let's just go ahead and turn real quick. We've got this insider bat that I think Gary Gaetti is the one that kind of came up with it years ago. But basically, it's the same thing. He's going to have his stance. He's going to be in the power position. Tip of the plate's going to intersect his waist. All he's doing is just driving his hands like normal. He's pulling the string, and everything needs to go right up the middle. This is really a great tool to keep our hands inside the baseball. Obviously, if you cast, you're going to hit the ball to left field. So this is one that, I've got one of my boys. He's a big caster. We work on this drill every single day.
And it's hard.
It is hard.
It's not easy to hit the ball.
And right up the middle. That's what we're looking for. Up the middle, up the middle, up the middle. I know that when Teddy Hare, Coach Hare, works with the guys a little bit during the off season, he'll have an insider bat station going on off the tee where the guys will work with each other, and they'll feed and they'll do this as well. So that's something we do with our varsity baseball players as well.
Let's just get your power position again. So here's that, we want the elbow, go ahead, power position. Elbow as close as it can be to your belly, man. Once you get that out, that's what we're talking about casting, is your hands are way out here. Your elbow needs to be on your belly until you extend out.
Okay, so insider bat. This is one, they've got a bucket of wiffle balls back there. They've got the insider bat back there. This is one I would encourage you to work on with your team. Just put it in the station, while you're doing front toss, have a station over there with it. Coach Paulson talked about, having the baseball or having the bat, in the hands whip, using the bat like a whip. Here's one that, we'll do from time to time. We'll do it just in the form of soft toss. And basically, we just want to treat this stick like a whip. We just want it to just whip all the way through. Same stance, same load, same everything. We just want it to whip. So, just a couple drills you can work on with your players. Keep this to keep their hands inside the ball, get them in that good power position. You can use the stick just to kind of try to create that whip a little bit, keeping the bat loose. That's one that we'll do from time to time as well. Okay. Now let's say you got some guys that just really struggle getting off their backside, and these are some drills that we did a lot for about 4 years. We did these about every single day, and they're great drills. But at some point, some of our players, Heavy Hair, noticed that they were almost becoming a little bit too robotic, and they were trying to do these drills too much during the course of the game, and it was taken away from their swing a little bit. But here's one that is universal. A lot of folks do it. It's called Happy Gilmore. I'm sure you saw it last year. I'm sure you do it with your team. Go ahead, Mason. All Mason's going to do here is he's going to get away from the baseball, and he's just taking that right knee. The whole goal of that is he's just taking that right knee, and at contact, he just keeps driving it. He's just trying to get the hips and that backside going that way. So this is one that we'll go through and do if we got some younger guys struggling to get off their backside. I'll tell you that we don't have a whole lot of varsity guys that do this drill a whole lot anymore, but it's one to do with maybe some of the younger guys. Okay? The next step, the next progression in here is Mason's going to get in his normal stance, and he's going to do the same thing. Instead of walking the ball, Happy Gilmore style, he's going to be here, but on the swing at contact, he's going to still take his leg, and he's going to drive it forward. So I would imagine like there's a little bucket right here, and he's just trying to step over the top of it, all with the same goal of getting it off his backside. Good. After he's gone through that, 10, 12 times with the break, letting his partner go, then we're going to graduate to his normal swing. And we're just going to put this helmet behind his back foot. We don't want this leg coming back up over top of that bucket like we just talked about. But now we want his back knee and his leg to really drive. And here's going to be our report card. And our report card is this helmet. Yep. If this helmet goes backwards, well, that means his weight's going backwards. We want to be able to throw that punch. See how we kind of drug his leg a little bit? See, that's sometimes the problem with some of these drills. You try to overcompensate for it. Don't drag it. Right. Better. One more. Good. So, I guess just a real quick recap. The things that we think are pretty important. We need to be athletic. We need to have the bat in a very comfortable stance in our hands. To start our swing, it's going to start kind of with the load. That load's going to pull the knee. And then as we go, we're going to drive off that backside the whole time keeping our hands inside the ball. A couple drills, hands inside the ball, inside our bat. You can use the long stick with some wiffle balls and a little soft toss to kind of create that whip. And then certainly if you have some young players struggling to get off their backside, you can go Happy Gilmore. You can go, drive the back knee. Then you can go to the helmet kind of as your report card and kind of see where you're at.
I want to interject is make sure you teach your kids square stance, okay? They turn the plate to them, so they can see. Turn the plate to them. We do have kids that are open, and we're not going to definitely get them off, but so square stance is just straight up. And we do have kids that are open, show them a little open. But in open, I don't ever really want guys outside their back foot. But the one that we absolutely hate, and Coach Reeds hates it, is closing yourself off. And I just call it choking yourself off. And I figured this out when I was coaching Beatrice in Auburn. Auburn, Nebraska, they always set up this way, and all you did was pitch them inside, and then you won every time, It's not really hard because then they're jamming themselves every time. And then to add to it, they would step in, So, because that's the way you're set up. So that's definitely no, man. We encourage square, straight-up stances.
Absolutely. Last thing, as I said to my opening comments, I appreciate all you guys, Coach Colson, the whole Norris baseball program really appreciates you guys coaching your teams. Certainly you guys are devoting a lot of time and energy yourselves to these players. Just teach these guys to be competitors, and Don't make them become robots. These drills are great, and these are good things to work on. But at the young age, just teach those guys how to be competitors. Make them compete. And Coach Rafferty's always said this for years. Give me 2 hours, of competing, and good things are going to happen. If they can come in and give you a couple hours of good practice, work on these things when they get in the game, and really compete, these things will usually kind of shine through at the end of the day. So if you guys ever have any questions, certainly you can, give Coach Collison a call or myself a call. I can't promise I can make it to all your practices, but I'd be glad to come to, one every so often and just see if there's anything I can help out with. But that would be my last thing for you is just, have your guys learn to be really, really hard competitors.
Any questions?
You guys know Lee Thurber won a state title.
Yeah, we beat Colson's team.
I think Rafferty was on that team too.
You got that off, right, Scott?
Not yet.
All right.
Make-
Why are you gonna bring
just making
stuff
sure
up?
you acknowledged
I
it.
saw Mr. Thurber.